right, here we go. Upon hearing this message, you do have a couple of minutes to place your bets to come up with your decision on who you think does make it on through. And here he is in the top left-hand corner. We have the South Korean Terran player representing Shopify Rebellion. It is ByuN. And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the South Korean Protoss player representing Club NV. It is Creator. Beautiful. I'm catching up the chat. Oh, you're allied with Berserker. So I get a little bit. Oh, okay. I see. Didn't know that Berserker also helps support. That's cool to hear. That's really cool to hear. I see Topin in the chat. Bienvenidos, papi, bienvenidos. ¿Qué tal? ¿Cómo estás? ¿Cómo estás? Oh. Day of Protoss. It feels like the ESL Open Cups of the old. For those wondering, ESL Open Cup, Asia, and America used to be dominated by Protoss players. Constant PvPs every single week. And it was a lot of fun. Like, I obviously appreciate PvPs as a mirror matchup. One of my favorite mirror matchups, just because of how chaotic it can be, especially amongst the Korean Protosses. But we'll see. We'll see if ByuN can stand strong. I also just realized ByuN is the only Terran player left now because Cure was eliminated. So, yeah, he is the only one left. So far, going for an economic opener, going for a rack expand into his factory. Likewise, Creator going for a cyber expand back at home. So, economic openers all around. Between all of our players. And we'll see what kind of direction Creator does take us in, as he is not going for a Stargate, thankfully. No Phoenixes, no Phoenix Colossus here, not yet. Is going for a Twilight Council, looking to go for a Blink opener. The question now becomes, how many gateways? How many gateways is Creator going to be working with? Whether he goes 2 gate Blink into a 3rd base on a map like Dragon Scales is maybe a risky thing to do, but he does get eyes on the CC timing, as it is now done, so Creator can opt to be a little bit more economic as a response, as Blink is on the way. Back at home, ByuN working towards his mine drop. I'm curious if he's going to go for a mine marine drop, like he has been sprinkling into his TvPs in recent times. And it looks like he is. Only a single Widow Mine has been made, and we have plenty of Marines to work with that reactor racks. So this is an opener that both ByuN and Maru have been playing around with a lot, and it can be really impressive. It can be really devastating. Having the mine to zone away Stalkers and have the Marines to focus down workers is actually... it can do so much more damage, and it can be so much more unexpected. Here we go. The mine marine drop is heading across the map looking for worker damage, as Creator is setting up back at home. He's going for a 4-gate opener. Okay, 4-gate Blink Stalkers. I don't get to see it as often anymore, but very aggressive opener from Creator. He's looking for map control, looking to push out across the map and snowball out of control with those Stalkers. As he gets ready, ByuN is diving into the natural. Oh, there we go. Is diving on in. Does drop a Widow Mine here at the natural base. Good retargeting, delaying that shot. Oh, but the Marines are pinned back in the corner of the main. Now, what's interesting is that Creator doesn't know that there are Marines here instead of Widow Mines. So it's possible that he could underreact, and he may not leave enough in his main base to defend. But it's a 4-gate opener. Quickly checking the vision here. ByuN, he saw 2 additional gateways in the natural. He's aware of 1 gateway in the main. So he's aware that it's at least 3 gateways. And he's getting ready back at home. He has a tank. He has a decent wall, a bunker on the way. His natural is looking well defended. His main a little bit more exposed. Anyway, here we go. The Marine drop does come into that main base, and you can see already 6 workers going down. Oh my god. 7. Not quite 8, but 7 workers in total. Very nicely done. Again, far more than a Widowmine drop would have done. Speaking of, Raven comes into the natural as well, gets another couple of workers. But Creator isn't going to take this line down. He has high ground vision. He's going to blink into the main. There is a tank. There are some Marines. They are vanilla Marines. No bunker. But the tanks reposition. And Creator is being cornered. Tanks are leapfrogging forward. He does get 3 SCVs. Oh, but he's going to take some big tank shots to the face. Losing quite a lot of Stalkers. 4 in total. And Stalkers are pretty expensive. Especially with an economy that has been slowed down. You can't be throwing them away. And Stim is about to finish up. Third base being thrown down here for Creator as well. Just trying to expand, just trying to transition out of this. Ideally, he would have liked more damage. He's looking for a drop into that natural. But again, we have a tank, we have Stim. There's no way out for this Prism. Oh, ByuN just attacking his own Marine for a moment. Just really, you know, showing some, I almost said bravado. No, what am I? Intimidating his opponent. There you go. Killing zone units. As back at home, Creator is working on charge. That's going to be his way to deal with a bio army. Does recall his Prism back home. He has no real splash damage at the moment, but he's, you know, refining his army, adding a little bit more complexity to it with charge, with Archons. This can lead into Storm as well, of course. And ByuN has been building up quite a hefty army. He's got a decent amount of Marines and 4 tanks. This push is going to be terrifying. Scan does reveal that Templar Archives. He's aware that there is no splash damage for the time being. He's expanding behind this. We do have a third base on the way for ByuN. And the move out has been spotted by the Observer. Creator is aware. He's going to try to slow this down with these Stalkers. Ooh, good focus firing on that medevac. Doesn't quite get it. And ByuN, instead of pushing towards that third base, which is being harassed, he's going to try to lay siege upon the tech. Cybercore is going to go down. Cybercore gateway drop goes into the main base. We're going to be able to focus down some of these probes. Only 2. Oh, I say that. Good focus firing out of ByuN. At the same time, we can see Creator try to collapse on this army. The tank shots are going up. And this was not the fight for Creator to take. He loses everything. The Prism goes down. The Archons are Stalkers. 9 probes in total. Delayed mining. Denied mining. Add to the third. I almost said delayed mining. It's early in the morning, okay? Haven't slept too much. Oh my god. Good pickoff though. Creator able to shut down the tank as well as the medevac. He is holding on, but he did sustain a lot of damage and even more workers are going down. He lost the main bulk of his army. Has the Cybercore been we still haven't rebuilt the Cybercore, which means we can only warp in Zealots. Uh-oh. Hopefully Creator does realize that. I'm just double checking just to make sure that I'm not seeing things. Storm is on the way. ByuN is going to be moving out because of Shell, Ghost Production, Vikings to deal with anything in the air, whether it's Colossus or even that War Prism. And this may just be the final push. Overcharge is going to buy Creator a little bit of time. Big mind shots. They go for the Zealots. And Creator's just being bullied back. Storm is still not done. We're not going to be able to have it in time. We deny the warp in, and GG gets called. ByuN takes game number 1. GG. Oh. GG, well played. Gracias. Chat en modo español, papi. Let's go, let's go. Chat, sorry, exclamation mark, Funara Enki, papi. Hace tiempo que Enki no castillo, cap. No castea the Open Cups. ESL Americas. It's been a while since we've had a Spanish caster for ESL Americas. I miss the heyday. Back in the day, we used to have so many Spanish casters. Enki, Romsley, Adrich. I almost said Dastan. Dastan, he casted a little bit. God, who am I thinking of? Oh god. He's big. He plays Diablo. He plays Diablo. He works for Twitch. We used to have Swap. That's it. Demon Swap. D6. So many Spanish casters. Those were the days. Those were the days. Not anymore. Only Enki. And a little bit of Horus. A little bit of Horus. As we're getting into our second game and spawning in the top right-hand corner of Ancient Cistern, we have the South Korean Terran leading the series 1-0, representing Shopify Rebellion. It is ByuN. Looking powerful in that game 1, and spawning in the bottom left-hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the South Korean Protoss representing Club NV. It is Creator. But for those wondering, nowadays a lot of the old Spanish casters are all just, you know, working full time. They're all busy, as they should be, to be fair. And oh my god, welcome everyone from Steadfast's stream. I hope everything is okay. I know Steadfast was casting the upper semifinals. I hope you had a great time. Hope you had a great stream overall. Welcome. Shout out to Steadfast, another English community cast. I know I was just going on a tirade about Spanish casters, but a shout out to Steadfast, another fellow English community caster as well. Welcome. Again, hope everything's okay. I imagine maybe we're just getting some rest for Masters Coliseum, of course, in a couple of hours. I'll see you there. But yeah, shout out to Steadfast. He's one of the few casters that goes for the trifecta, the hat trick of ESL Open Cups. Like, even we don't do that. Like, we cast ESL Asia and Americas, but Steadfast, he does Asia, EU, and Americas as well. All three, Bobby, all three. He's crazy. I would like to sleep, so I'm usually asleep during ESL EU, as it's just an awful time for Australia. But yeah, much love, Steadfast. Lesson, hold on. Lesson 3, Papi, lesson 3. But yeah, I hope you guys had a great stream, a great cast, as we are getting into game number 2. Again, ByuN looking powerful, looking dominant in that first game. This time he's going to be switching things up, going for a double gas opener instead of the Rax Expand. So a little bit more aggressive this time out of ByuN. Meanwhile, across the map, Creator likewise going for a Twilight Council opener once again as well. So if you missed out on game 1, to kind of wind it all back, Creator did go for a 4-gate Blink Stalker opener. But as he was committing to his 4-gate Blink Stalker, he lost a lot of workers to a Mine Marine drop, to Raven Harass. Did slow him down, and by the time he got across the map, ByuN was so prepared for it, just completely shut down the 4-gate Blink Stalker, and ByuN snowballed out of control from there. It's essentially what happened in game 1. As we get into game number 2, we'll see how Creator is able to adapt, and we'll see what ByuN brings to the table, as because of that double gas opener, he's going straight into tank production actually, not going for a mine drop at all. So very fast tank, should be going for a medevac, should be going for a tank drop across the map. Again, a very aggressive start here from ByuN. Back at home, Creator is going for a bit of a gateway explosion. So far, it looks like a 3-gate Blink Stalker opener. Not as aggressive as game 1, but, you know, designed to get map control, gain map control. And, of course, still expand behind it. There it is. There's that medevac in production. ByuN going to be sending everything across the map. It looks like he's going to be keeping his tanks back at home until the medevac pops out, and then we can just, you know, reinforce with that drop. And we'll see if Creator can get a read of what's going on and respond in time. He's going to be fanning out his stalkers, which is great, but we'll see if he does come across that army when the time comes. Back at home, Creator should be working on his expansion, should be working on his third, and there it is. A couple of boys are being pulled alongside this to repair, to throw down a couple of bunkers. And as amazing as this fan out was, the army is just now getting spotted. The Reaper will fall. The tanks are dropped as well. The jig is up. ByuN has revealed his hand, and Creator is trying to prepare back at home. He's throwing down a second pylon. That robo is looking very exposed. Good juggling out of ByuN, keeping that tank alive. Edging ever closer to that natural. And again, the goal here from ByuN to take control of the natural base to deny this robo. It looks like the Immortal should come out in time. It's a couple of seconds away. Oh, overcharges pop. The pylon will barely stay alive. And with the arrival of this Immortal, Creator, he should be able to deal with this. He dives on top of the tanks. Oh, he's barely going to get the tank. And he does force a ByuN back. A very close defense. But Creator, he holds. He does hold. It was so crucial that he was able to get that Immortal out. Oh god, no! As a lot of tank shots go off, it looks like Creator, he's still going to be able to collapse on this army. He does clean this up. Takes down the tanks, the medevacs, the army. And suddenly ByuN is in a lot of trouble. What does he have at home to defend? A single tank, a handful of vanilla marines. Creator, he could try to break this, but he did lose his Immortals. One of them at least. He's just waiting for a second to join up with the rest of the army. As he moves out, Liberator is coming in. Could do a lot of damage. Is going to keep a couple of Stalkers back at home. But I don't think Creator minds too much. Again, once that Immortal arrives, Creator can try to bust those tanks. But now we have a second tank on the high ground, so Creator has to be careful. Big volleys off on that Immortal. Oh my god. So Creator just face-checking the natural. Gets punished for it, but he doesn't lose anything. Thankfully, he's going to back off. He's taking his third. He's happy to contain his opponent, and I think that's going to be good enough here. As ByuN is working on his 3-1-1 setup. And ByuN is stuck at home. He doesn't really have any way to break free. Big delay on stim, just because of the build itself, because of the prioritization of tanks. Delay on the medevacs. Creator is free to expand and saturate this third. Storm on the way for splash damage. Gateway explosion. Again, a much stronger start. And a big reason for this is just because of how committed that attack was from ByuN in the early game. And it just did not do enough. Meanwhile, Stalkers do head into the main. A lot of workers are going down, and we can see how difficult it is for ByuN to respond to this. He doesn't have stim. Does get a Stalker. He got more than he should have, but still loses 12 workers. And yeah, this is going to be an uphill battle for ByuN. I expect to see a 2-base all-in out of him. I wouldn't be surprised if once the medevacs come out, he just pulls the boys. He throws down 2 more Raxes. Still no third CC. So we should be seeing one big push out of ByuN. Meanwhile, Creator, he just has to make sure he doesn't overextend. And he doesn't, you know, slip up too much. He's got a shield battery, soon to have 2 shield batteries at his third. He has plenty of energy here for soon-to-be storms. 3 High Templar in that prism. And as the Observer moves out, Creator, he does see the army moving out of ByuN. Here we go. Ideally, Creator, he meets this army out on the map and he forces a siege. He wants to slow this down. He's even looking for potentially a big storm as well. I'm surprised the boys haven't been pulled with this. But ByuN, he believes. He does believe. We've got 4 tanks with this army, which is a lot of tanks, to be fair. There is a world where ByuN can take a fight. It's just everything has to go right. He has to be able to avoid those storms. Maybe snipe the prism. I don't know how, but if he does, if he does snipe that prism, he can take a fight. Reinforcements are on the way. Creator going to be threatening a storm. Liberator's going to try to pull apart the intention of Creator, but he has Stalkers already in position. At the same time, ByuN does him forward. Oof, but a massive storm on those Marines, and we still have plenty of storms left over. As the Liberator is cleaned up. Oh god, no! Up! Good dodge. Storm doesn't really connect with anything. Meanwhile, a great storm from Creator as well. Gonna be able to make up for that. And here it is, the boys are being pulled. ByuN is 100% all in. It all ends here and now. Storm's connecting with the tanks, with the ByuN army as well. That's going to be the final storm. But there's just too much on the ground. GG gets called, and Creator will take game number 2, tying up the series 1-1. GG. Let's go. Let's go. We are going to the ace match. Again, ByuN was very committed with his initial tank push, and unfortunately he wasn't able to get on top of the robot in time to deny that immortal. If he were able to do that, then we would have seen a very different game. Creator may have died then and there if the immortal was denied. But we are now heading into game 3, the ace match. It all ends here. Alright, we're catching up, catching up. At least for SC2 and LATAM, there's not enough audience. I want to believe. I mean, it's yeah. We don't have to talk about the LATAM scene. There's a lot that influences that affected that. But regardless, we're getting into the ace match, into game number 3, and spawning in the top left-hand corner of Gress Farm, we have the South Korean Terran player representing Shopify Rebellion. It is ByuN. And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the South Korean Protoss representing Club NV, tying up the series 1-1 in the last game. It is Creator. Here we go. I'm gonna call Marines without Stimmer Shields Nillas from now on. Okay, there you go. They're vanilla Marines, Bobby. That's all they have. They have nothing. They're plain. Smash. For now, ByuN once again going for a double gas opener. Once again, a more aggressive start here for ByuN. Doesn't mean he has to go for the same build for the same tank push, but he has the opportunity to. Does have that available to him. Here we go. Of course, for those tuning in, this won't be our last broadcast for the day. Again, we typically cast like 2 times, maybe sometimes 3 times a day. But in how many hours is Masters Coliseum? Let me just double check. 8 hours. In 8 hours, we're going to be live once again with Masters Coliseum with the final day of the group stage. So I'm going to try and get some sleep before that event. Then we can jump into it. for the finale to find out the last players to make it out of the group into the playoffs. Gonna be amazing, gonna be beautiful. Gonna be featuring not these players here, but amazing players nonetheless, like Rainer, like Firefly, Hero as well, a Laser, and Creator. Yeah, Creator, he's a part of that group. Get some rest, Papi, get some rest. As we do have a Twilight Council opener once again from Creator. Game 1, he went for a 4-gate Blink Stalkers. Game 2, 3-gate. We'll see if he goes for a 2-gate opener this time, which isn't too unheard of on Gresswan. A little bit more economic, more macro-oriented. Back at home, a 1-1-1. As we are setting up for a Mind Drop. Adept arrives, and it's going to be looking to delay the CC, and unfortunately the RNG is not in ByuN's favor. SCV does go down. At the same time, Reaper does get across map. 3 probes. Oh my god, 3 probes. Very nicely done. I mean, very necessary damage here, just because of how delayed the CC is going to be. As this Adept is putting in a lot of work here. Marines are finally coming down to help support. And this SCV should survive, but this is a big delay here for this natural base. This ByuN behind this is getting ready for a set drop. Reaper going into the main, does get confirmation, does get eyes on the Twilight Council, gets surrounded. Bit unfortunate, the Reaper does go down. Did he see all the gateways? Quickly checking the vision here, did confirm 3 gateways in the main base. There's a Robo all the way behind that as well. So only 3-gate Blink Stalker, very similar to the previous game. Very safe way to play. Isn't too committed, and of course you can take a 3rd base behind it as well. So pretty solid opener from our Protoss. And the Mind Drop is upon us. Gonna be sneaking through the bottom half of the map, heading into the main. ByuN just getting ready for his 3-1-1 setup. Yeah, this isn't really designed to get too much damage done. Creator, he's waiting for it, he's in position, but more than anything, just some scouting information. Get a read on the gateway count, the tech, all that good stuff. As ByuN is setting up for a multi-prong harassment. We have a Raven heading towards the natural, drop into the main. And back at home, we are just... Actually, I assumed we would have a 3-1-1 setup, but there we go. There's that 3rd Rax. Stim on the horizon, finishing up much faster compared to the previous game. And here we go, he's going for it. Drop it does come in, no reaction! Creator! Oh, a very delayed reaction, not like this, Buffy. 15 workers go down. The entire mineral line. We don't even need the Raven. And Creator, he's gonna have to make some magic happen across the map. He blinks on forward into the natural. There's a lot of pressure on Creator. Tanks are within range, bunker as well. I don't know what he said. If anyone can translate some Hangul, some Korean, we would appreciate it. But Creator... Again, he needs to get some damage done here with these Stalkers. Unfortunately, it isn't 4-gate Blink Stalker, so he doesn't have the most amounts. And meanwhile, the drop comes back in! No! Okay. Don't come back too soon. Another probe goes down. Stalkers blink into the main. They get punished for it by those tanks. Thankfully, the Medevac was sniped, and these Widow Mines will go down. Now, what's important is that ByuN saw the follow-up. He saw the Temple Archives. He's aware of the potential for Archons and Storm. He's also aware that he doesn't have to worry about Colossus. So again, a great follow-up scout from ByuN. Raven repositioning into the main, and Creator is taking his 3rd. But Creator still has some catching up to do. Drops into the main. He's going to get some workers. Rushing into Storm. Before that happens, the harass just doesn't stop. We're gonna get the shield battery. Which will make it easier to come in and get even more damage done. Creator, he's containing his opponents, but really, I mean, ByuN, he's happy to be contained right now. He's just building up his forces, building up that tank count. Third CC's on the way, so ByuN isn't going for a 2-base all-in. Doesn't need to. I mean, he could pull it off, to be fair, but yeah, he's just going for a more secure victory. There's the Ghost Academy on the way, because he saw that Templar Archives. That is the cue for ByuN to head towards Ghost production for those EMPs. And even though Creator is slowly getting his third base back up and running, and even though he will have Storm and Splash Damage and Archons, he is still having a hard time. He's still struggling to keep up. Of course, there is a world where the EMPs miss and we get some beautiful storms. And if that happens, then maybe Creator can take a fight. But the stars, they need to align. We have 3 High Templar. All of them are in the Prism. Looks like Creator is getting ready to defend that main. We have a double drop threatening the main base. Main army pushing towards that natural. Oh. As ByuN tried to go in, but he is going to be denied. And ByuN is actually pulling back. Interesting. Okay. He's not going to be testing his luck. With this Raven returning, he's going to get a kill on the Observer. And Creator, he's surviving. He's getting back into this. He's recovering his, like, he's still behind, but he's getting his third base up and running. We have a second Robo on the way, a Robotics Bay as well. Colossus are on the horizon. If he can get to Colossus, then Creator, he can make a game out of this. But he's still on the road to recovery. Speaking of Colossus, we now have Vikings coming out on the way. Plenty of Ghosts as well. It looks like that's the big thing that ByuN was missing and that he was waiting for, is Ghosts. Giving a lot of respect to the High Templar. And here we go. ByuN is now pushing out with a more refined army at this point. He's got Ghost for EMP, he's got Ravens for disables, even a anti-armor missile. Oh, Creator misreading this, he's getting ready for the army towards the south, and ByuN rotates towards the north instead. There we go, the army has been revealed. We do get a disable on the Prism. Big storm though. Raven goes down. The High Templar cannot be dropped, but we do cancel the 4th base. The disable runs out. Disruptors have arrived. Forget about Colossus. We're working on Disruptors already. It is a risky thing to do, but, you know, high risk, high reward. One good Nova is sometimes all it takes. Of course, Disruptors have less consistent splash damage, but man, when they pop off, they pop off. Decent EMP on those Zealots. So we are stimming on forward. Oh, good target firing. 1 Disruptor goes down. There's 2 left. Others are going to be zoning ByuN away as he pushes on forward. Big EMPs on the army. Ugh. And it looks like ByuN should be able to bust on through all of this. Yeah, and there's just nothing left here. Overcharge putting in a lot of work. The Robos are being canned. GG gets called, and ByuN will take the series 2-1, advancing on to the grand finals. GG. Again, it was an uphill battle for Creator after sustaining so many probe kills at the start of the game. I'll be honest, after that happened, I was expecting Creator to tap out. I was like, oh, is he just gonna GG from here? But no, he fought back. You know, he tried to come back in that game as best he could, but we saw that ByuN was able to take a lead and maintain that lead for the entirety of that game, snowballing out of control, just having a better economy, translating into a bigger army, into just, yeah, punishing Creator. GG, well played. There was always potential with those Disruptors. There was potential, but as we saw, we never really saw any big juicy connections with them. Just great splits, great control out of ByuN. And with that, he will advance on to the finals. Let's go, Papi. Let's go. where I believe he has an opponent ready and waiting. We weren't able to cast it, we weren't able to cover it, but Hero did take down Geralt 2-0, and now we have another PvT, but a very different PvT between ByuN and Hero.